So I knew there was a big SBC, completely forgot Patrick was leaked, but he is here as a 90. Centurion's one of the better CDMs you can get in the game, and yet I'm very skeptical whether you should complete him or not yet. So if you're looking for coins, head to the description of the video, have a look at U7, click go to site, and you'll be transported straight to the coin page for FC25. There is plenty of mounts, and we know full well that U7 are the cheapest, safest, reliablest coins that you can get out there. Once selected your product, click buy, and you'll also be given a newcomer an extra bonus per time. Then obviously head over to the discount, type in JT11 for your discount code, and you'll be able to get that lovely 8% off every single time. And there is also massive creators that are on screen that are also affiliated with U7 Buy. And if that's not enough to convince you, there is lots of different reviews that you can go on Trustpilot and have a look for yourselves. Safe, reliable, and fast. We've got a lot of good cards coming. There's a lot of SBCs. Is he going to be worth it? So we're going to go through it. We're going to see how you want to do him for as little as possible. We've only got 15 SBCs to complete, which is less than Jarzinho, so I am interested to see where this top goes. We've realistically got 13 to complete because we have got a bronze and silver. We then have an 83 for his loan. I would 100% recommend you go and finish that and try him out first because he's got to fit your team. Then from there, we get an 85 with a team of the week. Two of them. Then we get an 86 twice with two team of the weeks. We then have two 87s. We then have three 88s and three 89s. No team of the weeks needed after that. So I will be very interested to see what price that is truly coming in at. He is a 3-star, 4-star, 6'4" with a controlled lengthy. He's obviously got intercept. And to be honest, the same as always with Vieira. His stats are never like crazy. Like, it's not as if we've got a 90 pace, 95 passing, 90 dribbling, an incredible defensive DM. It's always his body type, him as a player with a good statted upgrade, good playstyle plus, and he gets the job done. That literally is always Vieira. Now obviously he's got himself the roles. He's got the holding plus plus, deep line playmaker plus, box to box, and can play the two positions pretty well. Obviously the intercept is always a big one. I'm personally a massive fan of a DM to have that, and he's got every other one bar from Jockey in normal playstyles and a few others to go with. Now I do think Vieira, as much as his status is still very good, I do think this year there's a lot that do contend with him, especially like Hullet is incredible as always, but I just feel like, especially how we used to have the Patrick and Hullet midfield that everybody used to run, I don't think it's as... It is meta, like they are still incredible players, but it's definitely not as much as what we saw last year and the year before, how truly incredible they are in comparison to everybody else. Like they were so head and shoulders above everybody else. So that's the question that you've got to ask is he truly worth grinding out? Now I don't know if Footbin's going to have the price just yet. We've got him, oh we do, we've got him coming in at 1.3 million coins, which is cheaper than Jarzinho. I believe Jarzinho, if we go to the icons, is coming in at about just under 2, just over 2 now. So you're looking at a 700k off him. What's his actual price on the market? 1.35, so pretty much bang on the money. And obviously we have got the chance of all of the actual packs being open this Friday when Team of the Year kicks off. So in terms of in terms of chemistry, people are looking at the Shadow, which makes sense. 92 pace, 95. I mean, he's always going to be an incredible player. Like there's no question about if he's good or not. It's just that I don't feel like he's as vital as a complete only meta type sort of CDM you can get now, especially with all the cards that we're going to get, as well as over Team of the Year as well. So if you are wanting to grind him out regardless, I think he's probably one of my favorites out of the lot. Obviously Jarzinho is quite expensive in comparison. An extra 700k does add a fair whack. But anyway, going through all of that, these are going to be the ways that you can get him grinded out. Obviously during Team of the Year, there's going to be so many packs that are going to be opened. We are starting to get the full works now of all of these upgrades. From your 87 campaign pick now as well. We've obviously got himself the 83 times 5 attackers. We've got the 83 times 5 midfielders. And also the 83 times 10 just in general. 3 times a day for 83 times 10 obviously. Every single day for 15 days. That's a big old grind. But like we've said, a lot of these upgrades, especially when we do look at like the 83x5 for instance, it's an 84 rated team. If you go to Vieira for instance, there is, well, that's Lampard, but if you go to Vieira, there's the 83 rated squad for his loan, fair enough. You've then got two 85s. Once you've done with that, you only need 86 and above. So realistically, you are looking at the absolute top echelons of fodder to put into this. It's not like you're looking for all of the 82s, 83s, 84s to go into it. You are looking at 85, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90s even to get into this SBC. So when it comes to the upgrades, you should still be able to complete all of them to help get it done as well. Now, if you are holding packs for Team of the Year, naturally you can open them on the first day. So once we get, I'm assuming, attackers in straight away, that's when you want to really start this card. Whether you want to start in prior to this, I'd probably say not. Just in case there is another SBC. I know Ronaldinho is set to come. Whether he's going to be in a realistic price or not, that could be where you decide to do Vieira or pick one of these cards, because there's a lot of time to be able to get him done as well. It's not as if he's here for just 2 weeks. He's here for 58 days. That is going to go through the next like 3 promos at a minimum. So there is a lot of time to get him done, and it's not as if he loses his meta ability within any sort of time. If you get him done, realistically, the next thing you do with him is get an evolution for him at some point. So he's going to be in your team for quite a while. And same with the likes of Jairzinho. He could be in your team for ages. If you get like a finesse shot on him for a double play style plus later on in the game, I mean, he still stays in your team for quite some time then. So there is a lot of time to get him done. It doesn't have to be instantly. You can obviously wait for him. Utilising any player that you do manage to get out of nothing. Obviously the likes of Forgan Hazard's going to be quite cheap to complete. I don't think there's many that you just put straight into an SBC at the minute, but there's always going to be few that will be out there doing that. With the upgrades, the best thing you can be doing prior to Team of the Year, if you have got some save packs already, is just by doing your daily gold, bronze, silver, trying to utilise as much fodder as you can to get the 83 midfielders and attackers done, and then also getting the 83 times 10 done as well. We will get the defenders more than likely tomorrow, and we will get another refresh of 83 times 10. If you are obviously struggling to get the 83 times 10 done, or maybe you are struggling to get some of it done, then open one. It's not going to be the worst thing in the world. If you haven't got the coins to spend on stuff, the 83 times 10 is guaranteed to come 3 times a day for the next 15 days. So you are guaranteeing that SBC still to be there. Now, obviously, if you can hold, that's even better for Team of the Year. You want to give yourself as much chance to be able to pack something. But naturally, if you can't grind it out and you haven't got no coins to spend and you don't want to spend real money, then you've got to open some packs. It's not always sunshine and rainbows with it. Just open the packs and get it done. So I would naturally be just putting my club into the right frame to be able to do everything. So obviously doing, like I say, your daily stuff, your gold, silver, bronze to get some commons, maybe chucking in a few of the 78 player picks into your fodder to be able to then do more 83 times 5s, midfielders and attackers, the 83 times 10, and maybe getting a couple of my high rated cards to be able to do some of the bigger SBCs. Naturally, you want to try and complete the 89s downwards. You kind of don't want to go upwards, as it makes it a lot harder. Trying to get a full 89 rated team is very, very difficult. Like if you went for just high rated cards right now and we went with golds, that's kind of the level that we're having to put in at this point. I don't know if we can we drop it a little bit more? Drop that, and then obviously we've got a 91 in there as well. So say we put Bon Mati instead of her, 1 instead of the 89 Salah. That's the sort of level that we're looking at to be able to give up like that. That's a high level amount of fodder. Now, obviously, not everybody's going to be perfect there. You could obviously go and get an 88 out of Saliba and Teo instead, and you could grind it out that way. I'm going to clear the squad because I've got some main team players in there. And a good way to check who's the cheapest option, go into FUTBIN and into SBCs, you will see the cheapest player by rating. So you can see when you look at the 89s, they're coming in at the moment at about 16.5. Bellingham's coming in at 24, and then to be honest, Haaland at 91 is only coming in at 35. So if you are looking for the highest rated for the price that's the most efficient, you can do it that way. And then also if you go into the SBC again and go into SBC rating combinations, you will be able to see for an 89 rated team, for instance, what you kind of need. So 290s would then be able to get you 389s and 688s. If then you wanted to go a little bit more, 390s would be 289s, 388s, and 387s as well. So you could kind of go with the combination that you like. If you know you've got a Bon Mati there, you can obviously do 191, 190, 289, 688s, and 187. It's a great thing to have that combination to be able to see what's the best kind of feature that you can go with what's in your club already. If you've got a special card that is a 90, for instance, if we go into mine, I could give up Martinez if I really wanted to. We could give up Medina, 90 rated, I'm not too fussed about. Sakina doesn't play. A couple of these icons obviously could go as well. So I've got more than enough fodder in specials as well. So it's not just your gold cards to get into it. So in terms of grinding, it is just following the normal patterns, to be honest. These will give you the best results. I normally go with the principle of anything that's tradable, try and sell before doing anything. Make sure all of your challenges done, your team of the year warm-up, your marquee matchups, any objectives you can get done like your daily login or any of these that do give you either packs or points to more packs, then obviously you've got to grind them out as well. And then just completing all of your daily cycle, your rivals, your champs, your squad battles if you really have more time, but squad battles is not one of them that you actually need to complete, to be honest. Rivals and champs would be sufficient enough if you can even be bothered with that. We get an 86 here, absolutely lovely. And then we're just going to go 83 and 83 as well, I suppose. Nice and easy to get a little bit extra fodder in there. And utilising your squad, your SBC storage, it's going to be the best thing that you can do to just try and get everything ready for Team of the Year to then put into one of these big SBCs. I would personally suggest Stam, Jarzinho, Patrick, even if, well, I mean, if R9 came out tomorrow, then obviously you'd do it. But he's probably the only one that I'd say instant complete, like as quick as you can get that complete. I think with the likes of Patrick, Jarzinho, even if like Bale came out or Drogba, as much as they are incredible, you gotta wait to see what they're bringing out. They know what they're doing in this warm-up to get you ready to send all of your fodder to then maybe not put it into more SBCs. Who's to say that we don't get an 84 times 10 on Friday and it requires an 85, an 86 rated team? That's when then you'd kind of prefer to have that fodder already, and maybe even an incredible Team of the Year icon SBC comes out. I don't think we've got any leaked at this moment in time, but that could be the kind of thing that you'd kind of then regret having a Vieira started or having Jarzinho halfway done, because you'd have almost lost the fodder for nothing. You might as well just not finish it and go finish the new thing, but then you wasted so much potential on it. So in terms of grinding, objectives, rivals, champs, SBC challenges, upgrades, I personally would hold the packs ready for Team of the Year, because then at least, even if you're still getting the fodder that you would have got now, there is still the chance you've got a Team of the Year, and then the guarantee that you're getting Vieira. If you open them now, you've still got the guaranteed Vieira, but no chance of a Team of the Year. Yes, numero foot, but realistically, what do you want to go for? Numero foot or Team of the Year? Now, I know the percentage is low, but you've got to be in it to win it at this point. So, in terms of grinding them out, there's loads of ways as normal. I will kind of keep updated when we get some good, like, kind of league upgrades. More than likely, they will come and kind of double 82s, I can imagine. Plenty of upgrades during Team of the Year. We'll go through all of that on a recap once we get into it. But Patrick Vieira's here. He's a solid card, and if you're struggling with a DM like me, it might be one that's worth to complete.